Hi everyone, we're going to see the topic of dialysis. Today we're going to see the topic of dialysis. What is dialysis? Dialysis is a process of removing excessive water, solutes and toxins from the blood in the peoples who have no functioning their normal kidney. This is also called as renal replacement therapy. Dialysis is used in the patient rapidly developing a loss of their kidney functions. That is an AKI, acute kidney injury. Then slowly worsening their kidney functions. That is called as stage 5 CKD, chronic kidney diseases. Moving on to the background, why it's get developed, then what it's indicated for. For this, the kidney have important role for maintaining the health, like it will maintain the homeostasis. When the person is healthy, the kidney maintain the body internal environment, internal equilibriums, like water and mineral maintenance, like for example, sodium, potassium, chlorine, calcium, phosphorus and magnesium sulfates has to maintain a equilibrium ratios. The kidneys also function as part of endocrine systems. It helps to producing the erythropoietin for producing of WBCs and calcitrol, renins and acidic metabolisms. Then the erythropoietin is involved in the production of WBC cells and calcitrol play a major role for bone formations. Like calcitrol is in vitamin D. Then dialysis is imperfect treatment to replace the kidney function because it doesn't compromise the endocrine function of kidney. Dialysis treatment is replaced by some of the functions through the diffusion by removing the waste materials and the ultrafiltration and fluid have to replace in it. Here we are going to see about the principles of dialysis. Dialysis mainly work on the principle of diffusion. Diffusion means that it is a movement of substance from the higher concentration to the lower concentration. That is called as a diffusion. By the membrane is called as a semi-permeable membrane. It play a major role. The blood flow from the one side of the semi-permeable membrane and a dialysate or a special dialysis fluid flow by the opposite side. In this, a semi-permeable membrane is a thin layer of material that containing a hole of various sizes or spores. The small solutes and fluids passed through the membrane, but the membranes blocks the passage of large substance, for example, RBCs and large proteins. That work done by a GFR, the glomerular filtrations. This replicates the filtration process that takes place in the kidney. That is a nephron. When the blood enter into the kidney and the large substance are separated from the smaller ones in the glomerulus. This picture indicates the mechanism of diffusion. So here it represents the diffusion is a movement of substance, right? So movement of substance from an area of higher concentration to the area of lower concentrations. The diffusion happen in a liquid or a gas because the particles move randomly from a place to place. That's why here happening here. Then the diffusion is important process for living things. It will how the substance move in and outside of the cells. There are various methods available to removing of toxic material from the body for substitution of renal failure. But nowadays, these two are main predominance because this poses a clinically approval and clinically improvements in these patients. First one is hemodialysis for a large number of patients and peritoneal dialysis. Now we are going to discuss about hemodialysis. Hemodialysis means it removes the waste and water by circulating the blood outside your body through an external filter that is called as a dialyzer that containing a special membrane called as a semi-permeable membrane. The blood flow from the one direction and the dialysate flow from the other opposite direction. It mainly based on the counter current flow of blood and the dialysate maximize the concentration gradient of solute between the blood and the dialysate, which helps to remove the more urea and creatinine present in our blood. The dialysate solution have level of minerals like potassium, calcium that are similar to their natural concentration in the healthy blood. For another solute, the bicarbonate dialysis solutions level set as slightly higher than in the normal blood to encourage a diffusion of bicarbonates into the blood. to act as an pH buffer to neutralize the metabolic acidosis that are often present in these patients. Then the level of compounds of dialysis are typically prescribed by the neurologist, specific neurologist, according to the need of individual patient. This picture represents how the hemodialysis gets worked. When the blood is removed from a patient body, it will be forced into the arterial pressure and it gets pumped into the dialyzer. Dialyzer contains a semi-permeable membrane. It removes the toxic materials like urea and creatinine. And it also removes the sum of minerals, vitamins that are essential for our body. And it can be replaced by a fresh dialysate. It should be present in the dialysis membranes. Then it also maintaining to prevent the clotting. It can be done by an heparin pumps. It should be also present in the dialyzer. After it get dialyzed means it will get returned back to the patient by maintaining the venous pressure monitoring systems. Here we are going to say about a peritoneal dialysis. In this, it is also working on the same mechanism of hemodialysis. It also have a semi-permeable membrane. In this, the waste waters are removed from a blood inside your body using a peritoneum, such as a natural semi-permeable membrane. In this, the waste and the excessive waters moved from a blood across a peritoneum membrane and into the specific dialysis solution is called as a dialysate, present in an abdominal cavity. In the peritoneal dialysis, the sterile solution containing a glucose called as a dialysate is running throughout your tube into your peritoneum cavity. Then the abdominal body cavity around the intestines where the peritoneum membrane acts as a partial membrane of the systems. This exchange is repeated for 4 to 5 times per day. It is an automatic system, can be run more frequently exchange cycle over a night. The peritoneum dialysis is less effective than the hemodialysis, but because it's carried out for a long period of time and the net effect in the term for a removing of waste products and of salts and water are similar to the hemodialysis only. So here peritoneal dialysis is carried out by a home by the patient itself without any help. Next one is hemofiltration. It's mainly similar to the treatment of hemodialysis, but it makes use of different principle. The blood is pumped through the dialysis or a hemofilter as in a dialysis, but no dialysate is used. A pressure concentration gradient is applied. As a result, your waters are moved across a permeable membrane rapidly, that is dragging along within it many dissolved substances, including one which are large molecules which are not cleared as well by the hemodialysis also. Then salt and water loss of the blood during this process are replaced with the substituents fluids or liquids that is infused into the extracorporeal circuit during the treatment. Hemodiafiltration. Hemodiafiltration is a combination of hemodialysis and hemofiltration. Those used to purify the blood from the toxins when a kidney is not working normally, and also it is used in an acute kidney injuries. Next one is an interstitial dialysis. By using a diet fibers like an acacia fibers, we can remove the nitrogen compounds by using the acacia fiber binding and we remove by the fecal matters. Acute indication for a dialysis, that is AEIOU, that is as metabolic acidosis, electrolyte balance, then intoxication, overload of fluids, U is an uremia. Chronic indications. There is a significant decrease of GFR less than 15 ml per minute. It is indicated for a dialysis. The factor influencing or affecting the dialysis of the drug. First one is a molecular weight, protein binding, then PD, volume of distribution, plasma clearance, dialysis flow rate.